Hello and welcome to a special presentation on Rajya Sabha TV, the question hour, wherein we bring you the unstarred questions which have been asked in the Parliament and answered by the government. I am Vishal Dahiya and with me is my colleague Kriti Mishra.
Thank you so much, Vishal. So let's take our viewers through important questions and the answers. So what's the first question that we've picked up, Vishal?
Well, the first one is from the member in the upper house, Amar Singh, about the Rohingyas, and he has asked the government whether it is a fact that a large number of Rohingyas have settled in various parts of the country. Also, whether it is a fact that many of them have managed to obtain voter ID cards, Aadhaar card and PAN number and Indian passports. And if so, the details and the government's reaction on this.
Well, this is an important answer given by the government, and this pertains to national security as well. And the government says that as per reports, illegal Rohingya immigrants are presently staying in India, mostly in the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Telangana, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Assam, Karnataka and Kerala. Since illegal immigrants enter into the country without valid travel documents and superstitious manner, there is no accurate data regarding number of such migrants living in the country. The government goes on to say that some Rohingyas have fraudulently obtained Indian identity documents like Aadhaar card, PAN card, passport. Necessary instructions have been issued to Unique Identification Authority of India to ensure that no Aadhaar card is issued to illegal immigrants. State governments have also been instructed for cancelling such documents obtained fraudulently by illegal Rohingya immigrants. And moving on to the next question, and this one has been asked by member Mahesh Poddar, and he asks whether the signing of Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership will place India at a disadvantageous position as compared to other signatories.
Well, this one has been answered by the government in detail, and the answer says that Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, that is RCEP, is a proposed comprehensive free trade agreement which is being negotiated between 10 ASEAN member states and their 6 FTA partners, namely India, Australia, China, Japan, New Zealand and Republic of Korea. 2 leaders summit meetings, 12 ministers meetings and 24 rounds at the experts level have taken place so far. The RCEP is intended to deepen economic engagement comprehensively amongst the participating countries. RCEP negotiation is a multi-track negotiation with several sub-working groups including goods, services, investments, etc. Under the services track, India has sought access in its key areas of interest from RCEP partner countries in consultation with the stakeholders. In fact, earlier, my colleague Kriti Mishra spoke to the member Mahesh Poddar himself to try and find out about the answer from the government to his question.
That's right, Vishal. So joining me is Mr. Mahesh Poddar, BJP MP from Jharkhand, who's asked this very pertinent question. Welcome to Rajya Sabha Television, sir. So what do you think of this partnership and what do you think of government's answer?
Yeah, it's a regional partnership. Okay, when I say regional partnership and when you say partnership, then it has to be a win-win situation, benefit to all and with the consent of all. And it's a very complex issue because each country, each economy tries to protect its own interest, so does the India. As you know that in India we are very, very strong now in services sector. So when we think of export, we not only think of exporting goods, but we'll also think of exporting services. And that is where the other partners find it little difficult to accept because it's a new thing which is happening. But I'm sure that after a lot of negotiation which are going on, like the reply given is 2 ministerial interventions, 12 other groups, then lot of 24 intergroup discussions are going on place. So I think something will come out, and this kind of agreement will set a new trend all over the world in various agreements all over the world.
Right. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Okay, thank you.
So there was member of Upper House Mahesh Poddar about his question being answered by the government. Let's now move on to the next one, and this is from Narayan Lal Pancharia. He goes on to ask the government whether any member of the World Trade Organization, that is WTO, has objected to government's move to provide assistance to domestic sugar industry.
Well, the government has given a very comprehensive answer here, Vishal, and the government says that a number of questions on India's sugar policies have been raised in the WTO Committee on Agriculture from time to time by various members, including the European Union, Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, Canada, Russian Federation. But recently, Australia submitted a communication under Article 18.7 of the WTO Agreement on Agriculture on India's measures to provide market price support to sugarcane, stating that India has provided MSP to sugarcane vastly in excess of the limits allowable under the WTO rules. In the meeting of the WTO Committee on Agriculture held on 27th of November 2018, India informed members that various measures by the Government of India have been taken to address the concerns related to unpaid sugar dues of farmers and the liquidity crisis affecting sugar mills. It was further clarified that India's sugar package is purely a domestic issue and has in no way distorted international trade in sugar, as it is compliant to India's obligations in the WTO. Moving on to the next question, and this one has been asked by member Nadimul Haq, and he asked about the details of the national mission on e-government marketplace and also the details of transactions in terms of volume and value through the government e-market platform.
Well, the government's answer says that the national mission on GEM was launched on 5th September 2018 till 17th October 2018. The objective of the mission was to accelerate the adoption and use of procurement by major central ministries, states, union territories and their agencies, including CPSUs, PSUs and local bodies on the GEM platform. Now, GEM, that is GEM, has brought transparency, efficiency and inclusiveness in public procurement. It has reduced the time of procurements, reduced the process and enabled ease of doing business for both buyers and vendors. There is huge saving in the cost of procurement, ranging from a minimum of 10% to 45% in different categories. Now, the average savings based on the MRP or the listed price is about 28%, and during the last 2 years and 4 months, that is till 2nd of December this year, the value of orders placed on this platform is approximately 14,959 crore rupees. Next question has been asked by the member Ram Vichar Netam, who goes on to ask the government about the steps taken by the government towards safety in steel plants.
Well, the Steel Ministry has replied that the safety measures include adherence and maintenance schedule, thrust on systematic approach to safety management, strict adherence to safety procedures, regular inspection, mandatory training and special training on safety awareness, conduct of safety audit, enforcing use of personal protection equipment and proper implementation of emergency plan prepared as per the provisions of the Factories Act 1948. Further, based upon accident analysis, area-specific safety workshop involving all major steel producers have been organized in recent past to facilitate learning from good practices. Moving on to the next question, and this one has been asked by member Banda Prakash, and he asks the Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister whether government has approved policy to permit exploration and exploitation of unconventional hydrocarbons such as shale oil, coal and methane under production sharing contracts.
Well, the answer from the government says that the policy framework was notified on 20th of August 2018 to encourage the existing contractors in the licensed leased area to unlock the potential of unconventional hydrocarbons in the existing acreages. Now, this policy envisages realization of prospective hydrocarbon reserves in the existing contract areas, an area of 72,027 square kilometer held under PSCs and 5,269 square kilometer area under coal bed methane, that's CBM contracts have been opened up for simultaneous exploration and exploitation of conventional and unconventional hydrocarbons. Well, the next one is from the member Sambhaji Chhatrapati, and he goes on to ask the government whether there is any move to lease out medium and small oil fields in the country to private players.
The government says that with the view to increase domestic production of oil and gas, government in September 2015 in consultation with ONGC and Oil India Limited approved the discovered small field policy for monetization of 69 discovered small fields discoveries of ONGC and Oil India Limited, which had not been put into production. Under the policy, government has awarded 30 contract areas for development through international competitive bidding. Now, the policy has been extended to include unmonetized discoveries, small fields from PSC regime Also, along with the nomination regime. Under the Discovered Small Field Policy Round 2 on 9th of August 2018, government has offered 59 discoveries clubbed under 25 contract areas for bidding. The bid closing date is 18th of December 2018. This policy was brought with the objective of bringing unmonetized discoveries and small discoveries fields to production at the earliest to augment the domestic production of oil and gas. Moving on to the next question, and this one has been asked by member CM Ramesh, and he has asked the Labour and Employment Minister whether it is a fact that some of the labour laws in the country have become archaic, and if so, the details thereof.
Well, the government in its detailed answer says that the Ministry of Labour and Employment has taken elaborate steps to update the laws to the need of the hour. It also says that it is being done to make more effective, flexible and in sync with emerging economic and industrial scenario. The government says that there is no such proposal at present. However, the ministry has taken steps for drafting 4 labour codes on wages, industrial relations, social security and occupation safety, health and working conditions respectively, by simplifying, amalgamating and nationalizing the relevant provisions of the existing central labour laws. Out of these, the Labour Code on wages has been introduced in Lok Sabha on 10th of August 2017. Now, the rest of the codes are at pre-legislative stage. Now, the codes have been discussed in the tripartite meeting comprising representatives of central trade unions, employers association and state governments. Well, Kriti, the last one for today is from the member T. Subbirami Reddy, and he goes on to ask the government whether any decision has been taken by it to develop, operate and manage some airports through public-private partnership.
Well, the government says that Government of India has accorded in principle approval for leasing out 6 airports of Airports Authority of India, which are Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Lucknow, Guwahati, Thiruvananthapuram, Bengaluru, for operation, management and development under public-private partnership through the Public-Private Partnership Appraisal Committee. An empowered group of secretaries has been constituted under the chairmanship of CEO Niti Aayog to decide on any issue. So these were the important questions and the answers.
We'll take a short break here, and on the other side, our colleagues Arvind Singh and Akhilesh Suman will bring you some more questions in Prashn Kaal.